Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as Serbia in World War I. Last time around, I believe we defeated 3 armies in total, 1 Ottoman and 2 Austro-Hungarians. However, though, we gained a new enemy in Italy, and we're expecting to gain 2 more with France and Russia. Which is, I mean, with Russia going in, that could open up a whole new front. So we should really move as quickly as possible to complete the task at hand. I reduced it last time around, so it would only be me taking Vienna and then taking Constantinople. Constantinople currently crashing the game, but holding 2 of those key victory points I think is enough. Going for Berlin, especially at this stage, would be too much. So I would call the campaign complete. If you'd imagine in an actual war scenario, if Serbia had taken Constantinople and Vienna, it most certainly would have been game over for the enemy. With that said, we have this difficult battle. The Greek problem, it's like Spain for Napoleon currently. In the similar sense that I'm dealing with these rebels and I can't seem to crush them. Hopefully I will be able to crush them right here. Though we're outnumbered 2 to 1, plus I have reservists with horrible morale and accuracy compared to actually professional soldiers, cavalry and light infantry. The only advantage I have is I have a proper general, but he's a glass cannon. Of course he will be able to support his troops very well, but he can so easily be cut down by just stray fire. So much of it right now kind of brings me back to the Ottoman campaign in terms of the fact that sort of World War I is dissolving and it becomes everyone kills Serbia instead. And if you remember from that campaign, we once had a very like a stray cannon shot coming kind of out of nowhere, honing in and just kind of sniping out the general all the way like at the back of my army, just and like almost just taking him out of the general's, or rather the bodyguard, as such a weird way. I think it was a cannonball. It might have been a bullet, but it like a bloody sniper bullet, stray sniper bullet out of nowhere. Anyways, hopefully it won't come to that, and we will start by changing the course by winning this battle. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The battle is about to kick off. We can see the forward elements of the enemy army moving forwards. We've got cavalry and also light troops. They just disappear there, but they are moving over there. So I've decided to move my army kind of behind the town. There was no point in trying to move into it. The main point of the defense is the troops situated here behind the walls. They will, as we know, be able to withstand quite a lot of firepower hidden behind the walls like these. So that will be the main point. They're flanked by this unit up here, where I've built a little bit of a redoubt. So it's 2 trench lines in front with 1 in the flank. I should have probably moved that closer, but hopefully it would shield them a little bit. The idea was, if cavalry were moving around, firing up the flank, that would protect them. We have a similar thing going behind here, where we kind of got a fallback position that we can fall back to, and in case the enemy overruns towards the center, there's a flanking barrier here that would avoid fire. The thing though is, given the terrain now when I look closer at it, could have been better moving that to different locations. Because if the enemy actually gets to a point where they can actually fire down at us, as soon as they get up here, they would be able to kind of fire over this. Looks as though we slaughtered 2 enemy cavalry units, which is great. The more cavalry we kill, the better. I mean, if I had planned this kind of attack myself in terms of the AI, I'd probably engage with infantry first. and then bring in the cavalry. As I've moved my troops this close to the red line, most of the cavalry would probably have to be moved over to this side where the flanking maneuver could actually be made. Maybe some units would be held for a center charge, trying to break through once a point has been weakened. I've got the general back here. I should probably actually move into the forest. Stray fire as the battle goes on. There's quite a lot of fire coming in from the Greeks here. Stray fire could be very deadly. A single shot could take him down. He's vitally important though, as the morale of the reservists is quite poor. We've got a light infantry unit moving, kind of running straight forward. Could be that they're actually trying to move to shoot the general. Oh no. We have a cavalry unit trying to break towards the center. A cavalry charge could actually be very devastating. I'm gonna move my general closer. We don't really have, behind the wall, we don't really have the firepower to break a cavalry charge that quickly. Oh, they just kind of broke at the line, and even with that little, the unit actually breaks. Luckily though, I just moved over the general. Oh, they're back? They're back. Back to the line, just the sight of Putnik. I didn't even need to use the rally ability. What are you doing? Why are you... They were reforming, I guess, to fire at the cavalry. But now it only means that they're not firing at the enemy and then getting gunned down. Actually, there's quite a bit of stray fire coming this way now. It's better to move the general over here. So they're still holding here, nice. This one isn't really doing anything. It's not really able to fire effectively back at the enemy. Oh, we got a cavalry charge coming in. However, they should be... We should be better matched here to shoot them down, given that the entire units are firing. Let's see. There's only cavalry left here. If maybe I can move in, inspire one of these units. We could see about inspire the one on the hill. They have most men left, and then I order them to, instead of fire on this unit, to fire on the enemy general. Once the rebel leader is down, victory is secure. They're kind of stuck here in a deadlock, firing against the wall. That is not going to help them in any way. Oh, the enemy general just died. I'm going to inspire these guys. Give them some more accuracy. And have them perform pretty well. The enemy is getting shot down. Moving the general back to safety. I've got 3 units now concentrating fire on the old infantry unit. And they're getting broken. His second out. Okay, fire on the second one. They're shifting troops over at the center. I'm gonna move you to stand like that. I think I've gotten it in the bag. There could be a possibility of a bayonet charge here. Possibly break the guys at the wall. But I kinda doubt it. I'm just gonna take a look. Stray shots are not coming for the general. Let's go closer. I mean, it's not a lot of good fire coming out of these units by the wall, but it's such a position, such a easily protected position, that I think we should actually switch target over there. Let's see. It's gonna take a while until I can inspire again. As I'm moving closer here, you can see the unit here rallying, or it might be the fact that these guys were threatening their flank and they're not any longer. Seems to be going fine. Let's just play it safe. 2 units here are almost broken. This one's not doing too well. Oh, this one's broken, meaning that you can focus on these. The Inspire is... I'm gonna drop out behind the wall and we're gonna set up there. And then everyone's gonna be able to... Actually, we're gonna do that with both. And then every one of those two units is gonna be able to fire. I'm gonna move the general a little bit closer. Oh, they're actually firing on these guys now. See if I can inspire one of these. And that should be a nail in the coffin if it isn't already. Oh, why, great. You're gonna reform to nothing all of a sudden. It just cost valuable time and manpower. While you guys die. When you could have been firing on the enemy. Okay, now we're starting to see fire. Okay, once again, what are you doing? Okay, we've got one Greek unit left. Let's make sure that we don't shoot our own general here. Hold fire, move forward. Everyone will now target this one. And it looks as though we are gonna win this one. Let's be careful though. I could move the general out, try to chase down some enemies. He did actually get a chevron for this battle. Or no, I think he already had one. Yes, we are victorious. Great. That means that I held the town. There's still gonna be rebels left, but once the general's actual army comes back and we set up in the town, I'll be able to move in and chase them down. That will reduce the unhappiness in the region quite a lot, having those guys defeated. And we could actually see the light in the tunnel of getting Putnik out of these Greek quagmire. With that, let's go back to the campaign map. Here's the result of the battle. Out of my force, about half were killed, with 577 men lost out of 1231, leaving then 654, so about half. The enemy force got almost annihilated, only 126 men survived out of 2540. And very good comparison here, they killed 560, I lose 517, meaning that I killed 17 of my own men, which is quite low comparatively. One reservist unit managed to kill 500 men. The general in the end managed to kill 98. I chased down a load of enemies. So he gains another chevron. So in case he would ever end up in a melee fight or anything, he would stand for a little bit longer. So obviously that's good. As this is the end turn, yeah, just let's go through it, shall we? Intellectual advance. We are intellectual. Kind of weird how it's an intellectual advance that we are censoring the press. I am actually surprised and relieved to find that the French did declare war on us. Did they? Did I miss that? Why didn't I guess they were already at war with me. I didn't think they were already at war with me. We have extra troops being brought out of this. What I'm going to do here, let's have then 3 units moved out. These guys moved in. This general moving forward. Bringing in these 3, but as I'm removing the old style infantry, we're kind of just merging all these units. You know what? There's probably an easier way, right? Of doing this. Where you can just click everyone. Normally I don't really merge units, so it's not something I'm super familiar with. How's the economy looking? Bad. We're down 7,000. We'll go bankrupt in a turn if we don't do anything about this. So my port here is hopefully reopening. If I do this, Okay, why doesn't it because it's not built yet, is it not? Yes, that's why. Move into town. Oh. Weren't able to. All the infantry should be able to. It's just the cannons that are unable to. There's a few rebel forces. What I could do is I could just bring enough. Because there's only, what, 100 something. If I send out 3 experienced reservists, that should be enough, right? Oh, I bring in all of this. Yeah, then it definitely should be. That means the rebels are gone, and now the foreign occupation is still the same, but military crackdown. So now, yeah, it's going a lot better anyways. These two should be merged. So and so on. Once the troops get in there, it should be fine. However, the money is a problem. Money is a big problem. We're gonna have to cut costs somewhere. I'm gonna have to slash a lot of stuff. 7,000 is a lot to slash. 6,009. Is there nothing I... Oh, my trade to British Empire, yeah. God damn it. That's the only one I can trade with as well, because everyone else is at war with me. At least I have you, Great Britain. God damn it. Right. I'm going to slash funding to different troops here and there. It's gonna take a while, but I'll be back. I slashed tons of troops all over the place. Cavalry, unit, infantry, even some machine guns. A lot of the iron troops that I recruited back here. There was no way I'm gonna be able to use all of them. Or I would be able to use them, but like they were costing too much and I would take too long to get them to the front line. I've also increased the tax on the nobility, even with all those slashes and reducing troops all over the place. I'm still only making 23 per turn. So I was just able to turn around. So I've slashed a lot of troops, slashed all the troops that are over there, slashed most of the defense up here, troops here, cavalry and so on, reduced a number of the old style troops. I haven't been able to, like in certain places I have 3 cannons, I could probably do with 2, but it just like takes so much because there's got such high level the cannons and it would be so hard to get them back, so I haven't been able to get myself to remove them. But with that, I mean, currently we're just about the tip over. What I think I'll do is there's probably something somewhere I can actually stop the repair of. Maybe. I mean, the thing that we're repairing is the college here and the factory over here. I don't know. Stopping the repair of that. I was hoping I would repair this because that I would actually stop. Railroad is in Greece. I would need to quickly move out of here, but it's good to have like that extra money just in case the enemy burns something somewhere. The economy is tanking because we've got no one to trade with. God damn it. As long as we can trade with Britain anyways. If that trade goes... I mean, I'm not even trading with them right now. We make 0 trade. Hopefully we're going to restart the trade. Anyways, let's end turn and figure out what to do. What the enemy is about to do as well. The enemy is laying siege to one of our provinces. Most likely, yes, it's the Russians that have moved on to here. Ah, we won't be able to hold that. How much money do I make from here? Quite a lot, actually. Enough to start losing money. Wouldn't be enough for me to abandon Bucharest. What could I do? What do they have? They have a lot. I wouldn't get there in time, but I would be able to possibly retake it. I would have to send out a minimal force. This force might still strike towards Bucharest once I'm gone. The general cavalry will leave the machine gun, will take 1 artillery, and then I'd say, let's see, how many infantry units do I have? I have 3. I have 8. Let's take half of that. No, let's take 5. So a little bit more than half. So it's a really small force, but I think that might be enough to kill off the Russians. It's going to be one hell of a battle. This might be too much to actually defend the town. I don't know. Might be better to bring the artillery to bear in attack instead. At least all the colleges are back running now, so we'll be able to hopefully research a lot of stuff. Problem is, I won't be able to, of course, afford building some of these buildings, so we won't actually get forward everyone in here. Once I'll be able to leave this place, then we can see the real change. Because I can leave a skeleton force, and most of the army can move out. 2 turns, then the harbor is ready. Up in the north, here I have loads of troops. The town will hold at whatever the stupid Italians send against us. We need to gain territory though. We need to gain territory. I kind of think in 2 options. Either I strike towards Vienna, or I take out Budapest. I'm kind of inclined to go for the capital. Move the point. Force the Italians, because right now the Italians have a really great point to attack us from. Up forward there. It could also be that I need aircraft. There's also the point of taking Venice. Taking out Venice would be kind of great. What if I kind of skim around, move around the Italians, move in, loot and burn Venice to the absolute ground, just to get all the resources out of that? Will hold me alive for quite a bit longer. And that could be a plan. Great. Let's end turn once more. Assembly lines. I do believe assembly lines is actually affect the public perception poorly, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, where are assembly lines? Mass production. Assembly lines. Yeah, -2 happiness, but recruitment cost. Misfire chance for all weapons is reduced. Reduce impact of rain and mud or misfire. Recruitment capacity of ships. I wish there was something that would do upkeep. That would be great. I'm gonna continue on my plan to attack and take out Venice. What we didn't see here was that there was actually kind of 2 full stacks, with this one adding on, joining in. I think they are going for Budapest. It's kind of good that I didn't go for it. At the same time, the Russians have not yet ended the siege. I have 2 turns. I won't be able to. It looks like I won't be able to make it just in time. It won't be able to make it just in time. It's kind of weird. Let's see. I could move forward my general, maybe, into position where the Russians would strike at him, and then I would bring in everything as reinforcement and kind of crush or kill them off. It's very daring because there's not a lot of troops here. It would bring them to battle, and it would do it before the town falls. I don't know if I can risk it, letting it fall into enemy hands. I'm pretty sure I still gain the cash out of it, the town, even when it's under siege. It's risky. I think we'll do it. But we'll save first, just in case. Okay, so here's my plan. Basically just bring in the general into the Russians' field of control will mean they'll attack him. He'll bring in all of this as reinforcements. So we only got 2,000 men. They got 2,000 men. On paper it looks like a pretty even fight. They are very experienced though. Loads of machine guns. Loads of artillery against my single one. Loads of good infantry with good stats. 65 accuracy on that bastard. Right. It's a tough fight, but a fight we need to do. Okay, I was hoping to actually move a lot of troops into position before this kind of kicked off, but the reinforcement troops are actually turning up, or the ones from town, the reservists, are actually turning up behind the Russian army. They've got poor morale. I'm pretty sure they'll break just by this. Is that machine gun fire right here? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That is machine gun fire. Ah, shit. It's on the hill there as well. How will I avoid that? It's lucky that machine guns aren't as useful anymore as they were. If they were as deadly as they were before, that would have been an absolute disaster. So the battle starts off really poorly, with the troops ending up in a really poor position here. Oh, they're moving the machine guns. The cavalry might actually break that citizenry. I'm telling them to open fire. Yeah, they actually did that. They actually won that. Huh. Stupid peasants, forward. We might be able to take out the light mortar battery and those machine guns just with these crappy units that I've got here. Another cavalry unit moving in, the hussars this time around. Or I think the others were hussars as well. They're moving towards the flank. They were going to charge, but it kind of fell apart. The armed citizenry is firing up here. They've killed one of the machine guns. I'm bringing in more troops to hopefully stop the other ones. At the same time, I should take a look at what's going on over here. Cavalry move back. Oh, the artillery. Artillery onto the hill. The three infantry units that have gone onto the field. Forward, general. Behind the cavalry. Let's go back over here. Okay, so we're setting up and we're firing. We are firing on them. We are firing on the machine guns and those mortars. Okay, within range, hold. Within range, hold. And now just concentrate fire and try to break these guys. We haven't taken out that many of the mortar, but I believe the machine gun is actually killed. The machine gun is... yeah, the machine gun died. They're gone. The mortar, though... oh, they're starting to drop people pretty quickly. Their field artillery is within reach. My unit... we are actually doing it, but... the units here... I mean, God, we're actually pulling this off. The enemy general is going to be next to face that hailfire of guns. Okay. Let's see. Do you reach? I want to make sure that what I want to reach is those machine guns out there. Let's move forward. Let's move these into the forest. Move you into the forest over there.
We have killed their general, sir.
Ah! The Russian general is killed. The armed citizen will make a direct line towards the enemy artillery, while the reservists... let's move to claim the hill, claim the high ground. Don't even try it, Russia. I've got the high ground. More troops are rolling in. Starting to look like we're gonna turn this around. I've got the machine guns in my sight. Let's deploy the artillery over there. All the infantry, let's make a line through there. Let's walk to position, because otherwise we'll get tired really quickly. There's no way for the cavalry to get at them, so I'm gonna place them over here. And they have deployed their artillery, but to the wrong side, so I should be able to get these guys. Kind of a lull here. I think we'll jump into when there's actually action going on. We're about to come into blows with the main Russian force. I've got 2 units moving up into the forest in the center, 1 on the flank and then 2 on the flank up here. I've currently decided to move the strategy of firing on their artillery to firing upon their infantry. That's a lot easier to hit them compared to the machine guns, or at least when they're moving. As soon as the machine guns actually stop, it becomes a lot easier to fire at them. And that is when I'll target them. It is also so that I've moved the cavalry over to this side. You can see the hill, so I can hide behind here. Even if I'm not able to charge the enemy, I can at least probably drag their fire over here, which would be great, while my artillery turns them into rubble. The enemy is getting fired at from the forests as they move forward here. If we look on the other side, I have set up defensive positions behind what the Russians actually built, their trench lines. And we're actually holding up quite a bit of units here. So 3 infantry units and a light unit. However, it's definitely not going our way in terms of how the Home Guard is doing, but then again, it is just Home Guard. If we go back over here, let's see, the machine guns firing. These are not. These ones are. I think if I gonna target the artillery in between, we might get better shots. 2 infantry units are retreating over there. Can move up maybe to the edge of the forest. I might be able to target the enemy. There's now a bit of a infantry fight in between these 2. We should move into the forest in their flank. We've got the forest to our advantage here, so they should soak up most of the bullets, even with machine gun fire coming our way. Once these 2 are able to set up, it should be a done deal for that guy. My artillery is kind of breaking these guys up. You know what? I should target the enemy infantry. Or maybe... they're sending over more troops to this area right now and removing troops from the fight over here. Which is clever, because that fight is definitely not going their way. So 1 machine gun there. If I can reduce the amount of machine guns over here, and I can tie up these 2 units, I think the light infantry is probably going to be quite deadly. You should already move to flank. Okay, both of you, nice. Move forward. Are you able to fire from here? Maybe not, but if you move up there... And that should prepare for my cavalry to come in and sweep these guys away. Probably losing quite a bit of manpower here due to machine gun fire. This machine gun is still going quite hot. Actually, they've got 5 machine guns going at us. Let's hit the area over here. The forest is saving us a lot there. Now when I also be able to focus in fire here, every one of these units will be firing here. Should deal with them. These guys are about to walk into the fire of this unit. So that should work. Hopefully. The angle is not that great. Okay, we got that first machine gun. I'm gonna move forward here. These two not too happy. My artillery fire is not really doing anything. I will hit the 33rd instead over there. It's risky because these guys haven't chosen a target yet. So if the cavalry charges and they indeed become the target of the machine gun, that would not go too well. I think these guys are actually the target, given how many men have been killed over here. I am being able to target this one right now. You are not actually firing at anything. Move forward so you'll be able to hit the light infantry. We're killing those guys. We're killing those. I don't think I will even need to deploy the cavalry against these anymore. All these units are doing very poorly. Oh, I think the Russian army is crashing. Yeah, it's crashing. Crashing and burning. They're all falling apart. Oh, someone's out of ammo? Who's out of ammo? This unit's out of ammo. Brave Home Guard. The Serbians will fight to the very last, and there we go. We are victorious. My gamble paid off. I saved the territory. And we have staved off the Russian attack for now. I'm gonna go ahead and chase them down, as many of them as possible. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at what the situation is on front line and figure out what to do next. We are victorious. Out of my army, I lost 700 men, which is still quite a lot. Most of that, I imagine, being the what's it called? The reservists and the home guard actually losing a lot of men, but also the other units as well. The Russian army loses basically everything. Out of the 2,080 men, they have only 84 remaining. 1996 killed on their side. Highest kills goes to rifle cavalry. No surprise, they'd raced down a load of them. Then we got infantry and reservist coming in at 2nd place. Light howitzer ending up in what, 6th place with 200 kills. General in the bottom. No surprise, he didn't take part really. Wonderful kill, which gains him a proper battle accommodation there. The Russian army killed off. I don't know, I could definitely go and like attack. This is the quickest one. I could definitely go and take that from the Russians. If only to burn and loot it to gain cash for myself. Great! So that paid off, but we're still in a pretty bad situation. As soon as the Italians kind of changed their minds up here, maybe when they take Bucharest, who knows what's gonna happen. Have the Germans... The Germans are not helping their allies, the Austro-Hungarians, by declaring war on Italy, which I find kind of surprising. France is now only at war with me. Same with Russia. So we're looking at the same kind of scenario we're looking at with the Ottomans. But I have a better chance because we've got weapons that can kill en masse. So they can bring hordes of troops and I can just slay them. Hopefully. It will require money though. And with the whole world against you... Germany couldn't do it. They tried twice, they couldn't do it. Serbia. Very doubtful if we can have the entire world come against us. But I think we'll end it right here. So, as always, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!
Is soon to be yours.